In Hollow Knight, there are multiple different ways to make it into the City of Tears. The intended path is to pick up the city crest, and put it into this pedestal. You basically are going to find it by just fighting the first boss, and you're going to make your way here eventually, right? So you open up this door, but if you get on the other side of the door, the city crest is used, and you can't use it again. Or if you actually, there's a way to skip the first boss, kind of, sort of, and you won't actually get the city crest. So if you skip the first boss, how do you even get into the City of Tears? So let's talk about the other ways to get into the City of Tears. The first way to enter the City of Tears is a well-known speedrunner trick that involves a skip using your Shade Cloak, and it's actually not too terribly bad to pull off this trick, and I'll show you how to do it right here. All you have to do is die near the Saluber bench, head over to your shade, and get your shade to follow you, and then get your shade up as high as possible. You'll come over, and just like that, nice and easy. It's not too hard of a trick to do, but ideally you want to do 2 pogos off of your shade, so that way you can have your shade with you. Once you make it to the Blue Lake, to get over to the City of Tears, it's just a matter of going all the way to the right, make your way to here, and then you can go down the elevator shaft, and just like that, you've made it in. The other way that you can do this, if you don't want to do a skip, whether that's too difficult or whatever, once you get the Crystal Heart ability, which is this one right here, you'll need a lantern to be able to get this, and you get up into Crystal Peaks, and then you can just dash right across, and just like that, you make your way into the Blue Lake, which will then lead you to the City of Tears. Kind of simple when you think about it. But what are the other ways that you can get into the City of Tears? Let's go check it out. If not through the top, and if you're not going to defeat this boss to get the key to then make your way into the City of Tears here, the next best way to get in is probably going to be going and getting the tram pass, which is not super fun. It's a little bit difficult. So from here in the failed tramway, we can go ahead and pick up the tram pass. And if you don't know how to get to the tram pass, I'll go ahead and leave a link down in the description below how to get the tram pass. I honestly just don't want to be in Deep Nest any longer than I have to, so let's go ahead and get out of here. So with the tram pass in hand, you'll make your way all the way over to here, the Hot Springs, which is also in Deep Nest, and then we'll make our way over to the tram, which is gonna be your way out of Deep Nest, and it's one of like the 2 main ways that you get out of Deep Nest, is either the tram or going through the distant village and making your way up here to a stag station. But for now, let's go ahead and make our way over to the tram. Yay, the lights come on and everything. Love it. We're gonna press the button. Do you press the button? You always press the button. Only have to press it once. You'll make your way out of here before you press on, because this next little bit is not easy. So what you're gonna do is make your way up and to the right, and then you'll get yourself into the King Station and eventually over to another bench. This area can be a little bit cruel. Just some of these flying enemies are they're not very nice. With Crystal Heart, you can get through most of this pretty quick, but it's a gamble. You're probably gonna run into one of these guys. There are a couple of flying enemies, especially as we get closer to the top, that are gonna be in the way, but it's not too terribly bad. Just watch out for all of these spikes. There's lots and lots of spikes. And this is the guy I was talking about. Don't let him bother. Oh, and this one. I forgot there was 2 of them. They're fine. They're almost harmless. And just like that, we made our way into the City of Tears again. Don't forget the bench. And there you go. There are a couple of places on the map where it looks like you can get into the City of Tears, but it's actually, it's blocked off. So for example, the Forgotten Crossroads, there's a spot right here where it looks like there's an elevator shaft, right? Well, if you actually come over to this spot, it's actually blocked off from both sides. And the only way to get this elevator shaft to work is if you actually come at it from the other side. So you'd have to already be in the City of Tears, and then right here, there's a way in. Also, kind of on the same thing, looks like there's a door right here that could open. It's completely blocked off. It's chained off and even has lore reasons for it. Basically, the Mantis tribe was trying to keep the city out. They wanted the Pale King out. They wanted nothing to do with them. So this door, it never opened. Other than that, there is so there's this shaft we already talked about, and that's pretty much it. If you wanted to get me on a technicality as you get the tram pass and you come up this way, here on the map, as you can see, there is a way to get into Royal Waterways if you can get through these spike tunnels. Well, it is possible to actually do a spike tunnel skip, but it's extremely difficult. I don't like ever doing them. But if you did make your way over to the left, this area right here needs a key from the other side. It's going to be blocked off. And if you did do a spike tunnel over to the right, you could potentially get yourself over to this side over here, over into Kingdom's Edge. And what that would allow you to do is to get underneath the broken wall here. And technically that would also get you into the City of Tears, but why? Why would you do that? You're already free and clear here. So if you wanted to say, "Oh, there's actually another way in." Okay, guy. Yes, there's actually another way in. You could go the hardest route possible. Let's just say if you know how to do a spike tunnel skip, you don't need this video and you shouldn't be here. This isn't for you. So don't worry about it, okay? It's not easy. It's something like a down pogo, dash, down pogo again, fireball, and then very quickly down pogo dash again. It's insane. I don't know how people do it. So where does that leave us? It leaves us with the Salubra skip, whether you do the Shade Cloak skip or you do it with the Crystal Heart. That's one skip or one way in. You got the Intended Purpose way in. That's number 2. And then number 3, you can do the tram pass and then get in from down below. So there's a couple of different ways in. And if you're just stumbling around, I guess you could take the tram one more stop, make your way up into Kingdom's Edge, and go under the bridge here. That's a potential. You could also do that. So there's a couple of different ways to get into the City of Tears. If you got locked out or you're just super lost, I hope that this video helped you. I'll leave a link down below to some other videos for Hollow Knight tutorials for where you're probably at right now as well. Thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the end. Thank you to my members, and I thank you. Thank you so much for being here. I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.